Intimacy after a death. If you're watching this, it may be because you're trying to figure out how to stop the tears and continue living when a big part of you has died. Please know that it's not easy, but it is doable. To love someone dearly means that you hurt deeply when they die. As hard as it is to imagine, you will be able to get through this. Each first that you experience after your loved one dies will be difficult. Their birthday, your anniversary, holidays, it is helpful to be aware of this, as the feeling on those special days may be intense, so it can be helpful if you plan for it. Is there a way to bring a memory of them into the event? Perhaps you can invite people to share a special memory of a loved one. Take a few minutes to grieve that they aren't joining you this year, and then bring yourselves to the present and what you still have to celebrate as the ones that remain and live on. It may actually go better than thinking that you all have to pretend to be strong and that you're coping okay. There will be tears, if not shed by you, then by the others who are also remembering the loss. It takes a lot of energy to push down our feelings, and chances are they will just spill out anyway. Experiencing and talking about how and what you're feeling is an important part of grieving. You will miss and grieve the person, the relationship, the connection, and the intimacy. Can you find something to fulfill your need for intimacy and connection? Intimacy can include sexual intimacy, but also emotional intimacy and connection with friends. When a loved one dies, one might ask, who's going to get me now? Connecting with other family members for dinners, hockey games, or having grandchildren sleep over may make you feel like you still have a purpose and are loved. You can expect to feel lonely. In the grief journey, a person often feels misunderstood by their circles of friends and family. Generally, people find it hard to know what to say to a grieving person, often because they do not know what words will provide comfort, and they find it unbearable to witness suffering. It might be helpful for the grieving person to identify people who can be present with them and people who can do practical things for them so as to stay connected in ways that work. You may find that joining new activities, clubs, courses of interest can connect you with people with similar interests in your life and create new friendships. You might find it helpful or easier to share your thoughts and feelings with a friend or someone you know who has had a loved one die, or with a professional stranger, such as a bereavement counselor. Check out what grief support may be available in your community. The types of bereavement activities available might include one-to-one bereavement support with a professional or someone who has experienced grief themselves, grief education programs, or in a professionally facilitated bereavement support group. Seek support in your community through your local hospice, funeral homes, private counseling providers, or other community agencies. The list of resources available on your screen may have support that may be helpful to you or help direct you to where supports may be available. The resources will also be listed again at the end of the video. In the grief journey, a person moves to a new normal for life because the old normal is over. You will be forever changed by the experience. During the journey towards the new normal that unfolds over time, what is most meaningful begins to rise up. If you lived with someone more than you've lived without, it is hard to adjust to living on your own. You may think that you will never want to love someone again. However, after some time has passed, you may find that you have healed a bit and might be willing to consider connecting with someone. Participating in dating for the first time in many years can be tricky. Things to keep in mind for safe dating in this day and age include the following. If you have children, let them know that this is something that you're thinking about. You don't need their permission, but it's an adjustment for all of you, and they may better accept the change if they are aware of this possibility before it happens. Meet them initially in a public place like Tim Hortons or McDonald's. You want to keep your home as a safe place for you and your family. Give the relationship some time to see where it might go before you invite him or her to your home. Practice safe sex. Sex on your own is probably one of the safest ways to go. If you believe that masturbation is not okay, can you consider where these beliefs came from and whether you could consider looking at it in a different way? If you do decide to have sex with someone else, consider using a condom. Even if you're older and pregnancy isn't a concern, sexually transmitted diseases remain a concern at any age. There isn't a right or wrong. Be kind to yourself. You will get through this.